What's up, everybody? Welcome to my stream. You guys like the music? So, we're gonna get started soon. Let's just dance to this music a little bit while I get my social media alerts out. Okay, let me load up Discord real quick. No, okay, cool. Discord's being stupid. General. Let me mute my mic again so you guys don't hear me type. Definitely should have fixed my camera before I started, huh? Alright, welcome everybody. This is a random stream that I'm doing. Didn't think I would be doing it tonight. I was doing a lot of research on how to grow my channel, and you know, it's not a lot of videos out there that explain how to start a YouTube channel for a brand new creator that doesn't have any of the equipment, or doesn't have a lot of the equipment, or doesn't have the equipment that they think they don't have. Let me explain. You could have the equipment to start a YouTube channel, but you just don't know it yet. Or you could be in Hector's situation where he doesn't have any equipment at all. So for the past couple weeks, I've been getting his YouTube setup dialed in. He's starting from scratch. He doesn't have a computer. He doesn't have anything like that. And I'm surprised he probably doesn't even have a bed to sleep on. Well, I could make fun of Hector because he is my co-host and just want to poke fun at him for a little bit. We are going to be doing a episode of Console Gaming radio on Tuesday night instead of the afternoon because I got something to take care of. So, yeah, so keep an eye on that. Now, why make the stream and why start a YouTube channel? Because, it's fun to be a content creator. It is, people want to grow. People want to grow, people want to well, my personal goal on YouTube is to grow. Obviously, I wouldn't do it if I'm just going to be stuck at 0 subscribers. So that's my personal goal and dreams right there. And I believe that having a YouTube channel would help me grow as a person in the future. And I also believe that you can't just grow on one platform. You need to grow on multiple platforms. So don't be afraid to stream on Twitch. Don't be afraid to stream on Mixer. Don't be afraid to just make YouTube contents. Don't be afraid to grow your TikTok, your Snapchat, your Instagram. Because ultimately, you use that to grow yourself. And social media is important. Now, you're asking yourself, okay, what do I need to actually get started on YouTube? And, that is a good question. So, everybody's different. You should follow these steps in order to actually have a baseline idea of what you need, what kind of budget you need. So, first thing you should do is take inventory on what you have already at your house. So, an average person would have, I don't know, a computer, tablet, um, gaming console, or you could be in Hector's situation, you can have none of those, which is your budget would be higher. So take inventory on what you have first, then create a budget on what you need. Let me give you an example. When I first started YouTube, I had an Xbox 360. I didn't have my PS3 at the time. So just my 360, and I also had an HP Pavilion computer, ran loud as crap, so you can actually hear the fan. So I actually had to count for that, and I wanted to do live commentary gameplay on my channel. So I looked on the interwebs and see what kind of equipment that I needed. Obviously, this was 9 years ago. This was back in late 2010, early 2011 when Skyrim came out. I did some Skyrim videos on my channel that are private right now. Give me 1 second, please. I was testing out my stream with my audio, and I was using my phone to do that. However, once I get better equipment, I would not have to do that anymore. It's all about using what you have. So like I said, I had that computer, I had my gaming console, and I wanted to record live gameplay. Okay, so what did I ended up doing? There was an AverMedia capture card that was completely portable that you put a hard drive in there or an SD card. So I went ahead and bought that, and then I realized, wait, I needed to actually have a what's it called? A microphone. So I had an old Turtle Beach headset. So I plugged that into the computer. And you're probably wondering, wait a minute. So how did I used to record my game audio and my video at the same time without the game audio interfering with my mic audio? I had to buy a audio splitter where I could hear my game audio in my headset while my headset was connected to the computer. So it's just stuff like that that you're going to have to figure out. However, in 2020, I feel that it's gotten so much easier to do that. Don't get me wrong, I upgraded my equipment over the years. I went from an AverMedia to a Hotpog HD PVR. Then I went from a Hotpog HD PVR to a Elgato HD 60. Now, I was still doing gameplay, live gameplay, like what people do now on stream. However, that was a USB 2.0 capture card. So there was a delay. So when I was doing audio, I used to do like sync test. You know how people clap right now to do a sync test? I don't want to do it because I don't want to hurt your ears. What I used to do was I used to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and press up and down on the game menu at the same time to sync up my audio. However, like I said, that was years ago, which is in today's world, everything is pretty much synced up if you get the right equipment, that is. So, in 2000, let's just say 16 through 17, I had most of my equipment that I have now, except for my microphone. I don't know if you guys could see that. So my microphone was new. I got that in late 2016 to 2017. And I also got an HD 60S from Elgato. I also upgraded my Logitech C920 to a Logitech Brio, which is you're seeing that recorded. The cool thing about the Brio versus the C920 for YouTube creators, it's a 90 degree, you can see, 90 degrees versus 78, and it works better in low light. So I only have one light on in my room, and it looks like that I'm really bright, but in reality is I'm not bright at all. I'm also using the light on my computer monitors to light me up. Long story short, just use what you got to start, then make your budget. Okay, let's just say I have a gaming computer that I use to play, I don't know, like 1080p gaming. I have a Core i5 6700, and my graphics card is a GTX 1060 with 8 gigabytes of RAM, and yeah, that's the main important things. And I also want a game on my PlayStation 4. So in that situation, I would suggest upgrade your RAM to at least 16 and get a capture card and get a gaming headset to start out with. And I totally forgot to bring out my gaming headset. So let me just bring that out real quick. I just kind of threw it in the closet. Just give me 1 second. I know where it's at. Okay, so this is the gaming headset that I use. It's the MSI gaming headset. I don't know what the exact name is, but you can buy it for $40 on Amazon. And the microphone on this thing is amazing. So you don't need a $100 microphone to start out with. This is the microphone that Hector's going to use to record his content. So, just keep in mind that you need a microphone, you need some type of webcam to show yourself, and you need a way to play, to record the console. Or with PC gaming, you don't even need a capture card, you just need OBS. Back in the day, you needed to sync your audio, but as long as you get the Elgato HD60S with any microphone, you don't really need to sync audio unless something horrible goes wrong, which is technical difficulties do happen. Hector and I recorded a podcast and the audio didn't record, so we have to redo it. Unfortunately, there's stuff that you have to do. Now, if you're worried about people saying, oh, your audio sucks, your videos suck, keep in mind you're starting from zero, so that's going to happen. Me personally, I do not like the sound of my voice, so I always nitpick at my voice, how bad it sounds. I could keep saying that, or I could just learn to live with my own voice and just move on with my life and not stress over it. And the criticism that I got, people actually do love my voice. People say that I do have a radio voice, and at least my voice is not. I'm just gonna stop it there. You know, people love my voice. I don't. Whatever. I could always improve my audio, and when you start YouTube, audio is most important than video, anyways. Now, when you're thinking about YouTube, you should have been starting it. So like you can't, just don't just say, "Man, 2020, I'm going to start my YouTube channel. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great." And the more you're thinking about it, the more you're not starting it. See what I mean? I like the fact that people actually just start. Sometimes they don't care about the quality. They just want to express their feelings. They want to just show what they can do on YouTube. Let me make sure my audio's okay. Yeah, my music stopped. So I've been getting into Google Stadia, and I love all the new content creators out there. I know, like, they're not gonna have the best audio, they're not gonna have the best videos because they're like, by the time I saw them, they were at like 200 subscribers. It's a bonus to have all that, but it's not necessary to. So now I do want to show you when the first time I did I like a tips on how to like edit your videos, and I want to show you how bad my content was. Oops. Okay. We're not ending the stream. So I want to show you how bad my content was, and was all cringe together. Okay, let's play. Hello everybody, this is GGN, and welcome to another tutorial. This time I'm actually going to show you how. Okay, so we're going to. Oh yeah, it's muted. It's going to be geared for Let's Plays versus normal Call of Duty multiplayer footage. So if you are interested in doing full-on Let's Plays and all that, this is going to be the tutorial for you. Now, here's what your project should look like when it's done. When it's about to render out, this is a good indication of what it should look like. Here's all my projects that I have. Here's all my media that I have for this particular thing. So, this is a perfect good idea for what it should look like when it's done. But let's go to new. Actually, yeah, let's go to new. I usually do mine. These are my settings right here. Due to the fact that whenever I put in the media, it's gonna change these settings anyway. So they're just gonna put me at these settings. So if you want to copy them down, go right ahead. But this is pretty much, I guess, the standard. So let's go to OK. Okay, got it. So now, when you first load up Sony Vegas, it's gonna look up something like this. And you're gonna wonder, okay, how the hell do I do anything on here? I don't go to, like, there's two ways to import media, and this is probably one of the ways. Well, that was embarrassing. Yeah, I left my mic on mute, so you can see on that old video that I did on how to edit videos, I got 12,000 views, but you can tell that my audio was kind of crap. And I was actually excited that I got that much. It's really back then it was a lot easier to get noticed than it is now. However, sometimes you can get noticed a lot easier. Like you see newer channels blowing up and older channels kind of stay the same. I didn't really know how to do YouTube back then, so you learn as you go, and sometimes you get technical difficulties like I did now. And the reason why I'm going back on my video manager is I want you to see my very first video that I've ever uploaded. So, and it's gonna make it a lot harder for me to actually do it unless I do this. Hold on. I was playing some Stadia before I did this, so I'm gonna go to my channel. Let's see. I don't think it's gonna do it because a lot of my old videos are private. Videos, uploads, all uploads. No, it's not gonna let me do it. Well, it used to, so we're gonna keep going and we're gonna keep going back because we're almost there. See, this is what happens when you do like full-on playthroughs. You just keep uploading content. Like I'm almost there because I did a lot of stuff in the day. I was uploading like 5-10 videos a day. So when you create your budget, so let's go back to that. When you create your budget, you don't need something that powerful you don't need computer, you don't need a powerful PC, especially if you're just recording content like when I did all this stuff. Okay, so apparently I deleted a bunch of my older videos. So we're gonna watch this and we're gonna cringe together. This video is brought to you by Garrett's Gaming Network. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Hi everybody, this is Garrett, and we're gonna be playing some Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare for the PC. However, the controller doesn't work, so I'm gonna be using the keyboard, so this is gonna be a first experience for me. I did play ahead a little bit to get used to the recording and the game, so let's get to this.
Good news first, the world's in great shape. We've got a civil war in Russia, government loyalists against ultranationalist rebels, and 15,000 nukes at stake.
Whoops.
Just another day at the office. Khaled al-Assad, currently the second most powerful man in the Middle East. Now word on the street is he's got the minerals to be top dog down there. Intel's keeping an eye on it. And the bad news? We've got a new guy joining us today. Fresh out of selection. His name's So.
You can easily hear all that background noise in my webcam. I mean my microphone.
Yeah, whatever.
You know the drill. Go to station 1 and aim your rifle down range. Now aim your rifle down range.
Fine.
And my very first YouTube video was worse. Like my microphone was all peaking and stuff. So, all right. So back to that. I just wanted to show you guys that. So the equipment that you're gonna need. Let me go back to my. Okay, so back to your budget. We're gonna start over. We're gonna go back to budget. create a budget and do the best you can not to go over it. Subtract, create the budget that the stuff you're going to need, like your webcam. You're always going to need a webcam. You're always going to need a good PC to actually record and render out your videos, especially if you're not live streaming. So if you're on the Intel side, something with a Core i7 97 or whatever the latest core, whatever the latest Intel is right now. Like I'm running a 7700K, but I think it's like in the 900s right now. A Ryzen 5 or a Ryzen 7 would do the trick, especially if you're streaming. Now, if you want to get into streaming, you're going to need to have your internet upload speed minimum 10 megabytes a second. I'm at the 10 megabytes a second. People recommend that I only stream in 720p, but I've been streaming in 1080, and I really haven't been noticing it in my streams. So 10 megabytes a second upload to with your internet. If you have anything less than that, then I wouldn't recommend streaming. But I could be wrong, and no one could be using the internet while you're using that. As far as your microphone, use I recommend starting out, if you don't have like a gaming headset to start out with, I recommend buying that MSI headset that I showed you earlier on stream. Or if you're dead set on buying a mic, then you should either get like a Blue Snowball. I personally use a Blue Snowball in the past. The stand broke, so instead of rebuying the Blue Snowball, this is the reason why I bought the Yeti Pro. And the reason why I personally bought the Yeti Pro is it has an XLR output, so you can actually connect it to a audio interface. So what you're going to have to keep in mind with the USB headsets, the USB microphones, they pick up on everything. Like, if my dog walked by right now, you could pick that up. So, as soon as I get my audio interface, that would probably go away. So just keep that in mind. Console gamers, you're going to need to get a capture card. So just keep that in mind. You're going to have to get a capture card. And that one, I recommend the Elgato HD60S. The reason why that one is almost lag-free and latency-free. Now, if you are recording your PlayStation 4 using this headset, whoops, my PlayStation 4 controller is stuck here. Using this headset right here, and you connect this to your PlayStation, you won't be able to record your audio from your PlayStation. I'm talking about your microphone from your PlayStation to your PC. So what I ended up doing personally when I used this headset, I connected this to my PC and used the audio from my preview thing in XSplit to hear the audio. It's not that big of a deal with it when it comes to single player games, but when it comes to multiplayer games, you probably are gonna notice a little bit of input lag there. So that's, keep in mind using a USB headset. If you don't want to use a USB headset and you have more money to spend, I recommend the Astro A40s, because you can have that connected to your computer and your PlayStation at the same time, and I didn't have to buy any special cords or cables for that. So that really depends on your budget. I know Hector's gonna buy that MSI headset, and I'm gonna have to explain that to him once he gets it and he gets his PlayStation 4. So after you get your computer, after you get your capture card, you're gonna need your webcam. Obviously, don't get the Brio unless you have extra money. Get the the Logitech C920. This is my C920 that I have right there. You can get those for about $50 on Amazon. That's what people are saying. So just get those from Amazon. I mean, get those on Amazon for $50 and you should be good. Should you worry about green screen um and making sure that you have like your videos are like spectacular? My personal opinion, audio is more important than video. When I watch content, YouTubers like Stadia Talk, Stadia Cast, I just load them up on my phone, close my phone, close the YouTube app on my phone, like minimize it, and just go back to resting. Me personally, I don't sit in front of a computer and watch a video, especially if just people are talking. It's just on in the background. And you can have like an okay looking video, but if you have bad audio, people are going to click off your video. So, audio is definitely more important than video right now for you guys. And right now it's for me too, so audio is key, so make sure you have a good starting microphone dialed in. Make sure you have at least a 1080p webcam because people, when it comes to gameplay, people come for you, your personality, the way you look and all that. Well, people are not going to judge. Well, people might judge the way you look, but they shouldn't. So what I'm trying to say is, people come for your personality. So as long as you have a nice webcam, good to get started with, you don't have to worry about upgrading to a DSLR or anything when you do, YouTube videos or streaming, unless you start, you start growing, you're above 1,000 subscribers or above 1,000 followers on Twitch, then you could start worrying about that. But just worry about a webcam. So, and when you first start, don't worry about your audio quality and your video quality. It's not like a lot of people are gonna watch your content anyways, and be proud of what you have on your. Be proud of your first YouTube videos, so you can look back on it and see how fast, how much you grew as a content creator. So, in the past, you need like a video editing software, you need like audio editing software, which is, yes, kind of, you kind of do. It depends on what kind of gaming channel you want to do. If you just want to like record live commentary and just throw it on there, you don't really need a fancy editing software. If you want to have like heavy edited content, like I know Hector wants to do, then yeah, you're gonna need editing software. So yeah, I just totally lost my train of thought there. You guys would be fine starting out with programs like OBS, Open Broadcaster, and just making sure your audio levels are good, making sure your gaming levels are good. Now, some USB mics will have a microphone in where you can hear the game and you can hear yourself talk. Now, if it's latency latencycy free, it doesn't bother me. I know it does bother some people. That's a good determination. Like, that would be a good tool to determine if your audio levels are good or bad. So, like, this microphone has a headphone jack on the bottom. So that's how I'm able to determine audio levels. However, I still do the other way. Like, I still listen to it on stream sometimes to hear exactly what the my audience hears. So that's still an option for you. Now, when it does bother me is if there's a latency in the audio. Because your computer can do that too. However, there is a latency, and that usually throws me off because when you say something, then you hear it back at you like a second or two later. That throws me off personally, and I'm pretty sure that would throw you off. But if I'm hearing it exactly as I say it, that doesn't bother me because you hear yourself talk throughout your life anyways. So now, when it comes to actually recording yourself playing video games, only thing that you really need is OBS. You can actually have a thing where you can record your PlayStation, or you can have an auto detect on your video games. So I just turned on my PlayStation, that's why you heard that beep. So I'm gonna... So my headphones, you can hear that. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that down. I'm gonna create a new scene on my OBS. So I'm gonna... Whoops. PlayStation. I'm gonna go to my monitor. And you can see with OBS, it's a blank screen right now. So I'm gonna actually go to... OBS is different from XSplit. It would be under video capture. You can name it ELGATO. Okay, and this is where you select your stuff and you go to Game Capture HD. Boom. Boom. Or did I do it wrong? Properties. Oh yeah, I did it wrong. Elgato Game Capture HD. Boom. Please don't let it fail me now. See, this is why I personally don't use OBS, because with me, I always have issues. Signal. See, this is the problem of doing it live, because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Alright, screw it. We're gonna... This is personally why I use XSplit, so I'm actually gonna move my XSplit thing over here on my main screen. I'm not gonna... There it goes. But however, you can't see it, so there's no point. So it's just OBS being dumb. So it's just OBS being dumb right now. But generally, reason why a lot of people use OBS, mainly because it's a free program. You may run into a lot of issues, like me personally. I run into a lot of issues on OBS. So And now it decides to work. Wow, okay. Okay. So let me just go here. Okay, so yeah, it decides to work. Now you can actually see your PlayStation right now. Yeah, and you can actually hit start recording and it would actually record your PlayStation. So that's Hex's profile. He's a little girl. So yeah, you can actually see your PlayStation being recorded or being displayed on your OBS right now, and almost in real time. There is a little bit of latency, so just keep that in mind. And I don't know if you guys can hear it. I know it's picking up my microphone and it's picking up the game audio. So that's actually a good. This is actually a good software to start. You could stream, you could record everything. It records your audio in separate tracks, so you can actually mess with your audio levels. Let's just say, like, if you're recording a game, the game's too loud and your audio's too low, you can go in your video editing software and actually record and fix all those levels. I tested that out last night. So, as far as gameplay goes, recording your consoles, this is going to be the best way to do it. I'm not going to go into detail. There are plenty of videos on the internet to do that. So let's go into rest mode, and we're going to go back to show off my sexy face again. Boom. So yeah, so as long as you have the best, as long as you have the equipment that I recommended, you will be able to see everything like almost in real time on there. So if there's any other questions about the equipment part of it, then just feel free to let me know. As far as the live streaming part of YouTube, I said earlier in my stream that you could stream practically anywhere. You're not partnered, you're not affiliated with anything, so you can actually just stream on Twitch if you want. You can stream on YouTube. You can have talk shows on YouTube like I'm doing now, and gameplay on Twitch like I'm planning on doing. So the option is there. Now keep in mind Twitch doesn't really have good discoverability, so that's why I'm diversifying. I'm doing YouTube as far as like my gaming content, like when I talk about Google Stadia, when I do the audio podcast, when I do the video podcast of Console Gaming Radio, and when I do game reviews, I'm going to start doing game reviews soon. Once I start beating more games, I'm going to actually do the game reviews on them, so keep an eye on those. And so, there's so much that you can do as far as gaming content. So I know I didn't really get into detail on actually how to record your gameplay and any of that. This stream mainly was just to get it, because to get it off my chest, that because I do want to share. I do want to share all this information out, and I just kind of want to engage the audience to see how how people take to it, because I personally don't cover a lot of this stuff. So if you guys really want me to go into more detail, then I will. Instead of me just doing a live stream, I would actually take the time, edit everything, and show you guys how to create a project in Sony Vegas, because that's the service that I use. I mean, that's the editing software that I use to actually do a lot of my videos. And to edit a lot of my audio, I use Audacity. I can show you guys how to do some stuff on that. So before I leave, let's recap. Create your inventory. That means determine what you have and what you're going to use to start YouTube with that based off of what you have. It may not be the best quality, but it's enough to get started. Then create a budget based off the equipment that you have and the equipment that you need. Obviously, the easiest thing to do is just record PC games or Stadia games off the browser, where you don't need to spend an extra $160 on a capture card. So just keep that in mind when you start. So after that, setting up your equipment is actually very easy. So there are plenty of video tutorials on how to do that as well, and I'll probably create some as well. In 2020, you actually don't need a lot of editing software if you just want to record live commentary gameplay, like playthroughs and stuff. You just use OBS, just make sure your audio is at the correct level. That's when you're going to need to start doing a lot of editing. But if your audio is already at the correct level, then you don't really need a lot of editing. And just throw it up on YouTube. Actually, I take that back. If you record like hour sessions at a time, people are may not sit there for a full hour and watch it. So you may need to actually put it into like 10-minute chunks to actually to make it like split it up into more videos, so you could upload like 1 or 2 videos a day. Or you could just leave it as an hour. You know, it's up to you. I'm not telling you how to like, make your own content. Talk, like when people are talking, I prefer to be longer than 10 minutes because I do listen to it in the background like a podcast. But if it's just someone playing games, I personally don't like to sit there for an hour and watch someone play a game. That's just me. That's why I don't do gameplay videos anymore. And so if you're just going to throw a bunch of gameplay videos on the internet with your commentary, like what people do when it comes to live streaming, then then OBS is all you need. So, and that's a free software. I personally use XSplit. I got my reasons, and I'll explain that later on. I'll probably make a full-on XSplit video. As far as streaming goes, just use XSplit and just hit the stream button instead of record. So then you really don't need you don't really need a editing software. Maybe just to edit some clips out. As far as your internet goes, put that under your equipment. Get something that has over 30 down, I recommend, and over 10 up. 10 upload is your absolute minimum. So, and after you do all that, just start. Make content, learn from your mistakes. Don't get mad when people criticize you. Just take the criticism, and if it's constructive criticism, implement it in your next video. And if you slowly improve your video content, then you're gonna grow. And utilize social media. Social media is very important. That's what I'm learning right now. So that's pretty much what I have for you tonight. I'm probably gonna do full detailed videos why I use certain software versus everyone else. So stay tuned for that. Now, if you guys say never make this kind of video again, this type of content again, then I probably won't. If you guys really want me to go into detail, then yeah, I will. So have a good night. This is just something that I wanted to get off my chest. New episodes of Console Gaming Radio will be live streamed every Tuesday and Thursday. If you want to listen to them in audio format, you can listen to that show on Apple Music, Google Play Music, and Spotify, or Podbean. That's the site that I use to host it. So keep that So just listen to that. And once Hector gets his video equipment and everything, we're going to start doing it on Discord. So it's going to be a lot easier for us to record. And that's when we're really going to start getting guests on the show. So if you want to be on my show, send me a private message on Discord. I'll take a look at your YouTube channel so I can get to know you better, and we'll go from there. See ya.